Hello. I thought I'd created this stream in advance, but I did not, so I just had to create it. I am terrible with technology sometimes. It's just major confusion and disruption. It's all that Uranian energy. So I hope guys show up. I hope I didn't do a double of this. I looked on my YouTube page and I didn't see it. And I looked on my StreamYard page and I didn't see it. So I came on a little early. Hey, Jackie. Hi there. Um, yeah, let's go with the flow, shall we? I'm here. So, hey, Daniel, even I think 3 o'clock's better time for you, right? Hey, Sandy. Oh, good. Yay, Snuffleupagus. Snuffleupagus. Oh, I cannot say it. I know Sesame Street. Hi, I'm really glad you were able to catch me. Hey, Linda. Oh, 67 in Texas. It's not that bad here. Let me look at my phone, see what the temp actually is. In southeastern Michigan. 43 degrees. It's toasty for here. Hey, Deborah. So, is everybody doing today? Still in that kind of bizarro world, right? Where the wrong person is president. I'm okay. I'm okay. Thank you for asking. Um, um, I guess I can be, but I've been really disciplining myself to breathe. So I'm doing this breath that's really helped me. It's like, and it's not, I think it's like a tree of life kind of breath, which is uh, breathing up from the earth and sending the earth's energy to the cosmos, and then breathing down from the cosmos into the and bringing that energy of and light of the cosmos into the earth, and that's been really really nice. So thank you, Cynthia. Um, Daniel, do you feel our timeline is moving fast? Yeah, really fast. I mean, February is like it's like one whole like it sounds like it'd be slow, but it seems like things are speeded up. But this month has been like a lifetime at the same time. But everything is really quick. Um, but in terms of anxiety, I'm not anxiety. I feel like there's this beautiful light that I can tap into. I think that's the Aquarius energy coming in. It's so beautiful. So when I disconnect from that fear uh, that's engendered by the evil ones uh, running this country and Putin, etc., then I feel actually really light. I do too, Maria. Um, I think we're now the whole thing about it coming into Aquarius. Not that I'm a expert in this kind of thing, but dimensionally, I think that time is supposed to change. Like our perception of time changes. It's not as linear. It's more multidimensional. So, and they talk about the dimension splitting. Like the heavy or frequency dimensions splitting off from the higher frequency dimensions, and in the higher frequency dimensions, it's more of a meta awareness. Like as we grow closer and closer to our higher selves, or becoming our higher selves, as opposed to being disconnected from our higher selves and trapped in mundanity, um, and the world, and in this kind of like really microsecond of time comparatively. Does that make sense to anybody? I think right now, oops, um, this is our challenge perceptually, as things seem really horrible on some level, but it seems that if we give that our energy and our fear, that becomes powerful. But if we withdraw it and we turn our energy to the light, to the divine, to the higher frequencies, then we become more powerful. It seems like it's a direct exchange, and this is what Oh yeah, Maria, I agree. We all chose to be here. I agree. Trying to remember that in between lives, we chose this incarnation for various reasons. And one of the reasons I think light workers, as we are, oh, hi, Scape, hugs to you too. Um, we knew it was going to be tough. We knew what the challenge was, but as servers of the divine, wanting to bring in the new changes, we offered ourselves up to be those channels, to bring in that energy. We're bridges to that. So is it? No, nobody said it was going to be easy, but we have all the resources, every struggle, uh, everything we've learned in this lifetime, healing ourselves emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, has made us perfect for right now. Oh wow, Sandy. My peach trees are getting ready to bloom and all the trees are waking for spring. Where are you, Sandy? Um, Snuffleupagus, I don't know what you were thinking. She's asking, what were you thinking? Um, so not that, I mean, it is scary. I'm not, I don't mean to, like diminish the threats and the challenges that people are going through in terms of losing their jobs and, you know, the, Trumppublicans, kind of wanting to shake that tower of our country until it falls and smashes. That's what they seem to be doing. 2025, right? Project 2025. But at the same time, they seem like such small, when you detach, they seem like such small idiotic people. They don't seem powerful to me at all. Yeah, our weather. Are you talking about southeastern Michigan, Daniel? It's really nice out there, actually. I apologize about that buzzing noise. Um, that's I have a generator, and that like I always forget that like from 3 to 3:05, it's gonna come on automatically on Thursdays. Yeah, I agree. We're ready for this. It's amazing, like the synchronicity of all of it, how it's all come together to this moment. Oklahoma, all right, Sandy. Um, so peach trees in Oklahoma, is that normal for Oklahoma? Um, See, people who voted for the melon but not the felon are getting mad. Yeah, Leon, we'll call him Leon. Is like the perfect foil for Trump. Is that the right word? Um, they're like Laurel and Hardy, like in Bizarro Land. They just like undermine each other consistently. Two narcissists. And the more I hear Leon at these, President Leon, right? Because he's dominant, right, at those press conferences and committees. God, if I was um, Trump, I would be so pissed, and I'm sure he is. But he's not. But Leon is not all that articulate, and he's not all that bright. Like he's so overhyped. The media overhypes him, and he overhypes himself. And you look at this idiot who's standing there in this meeting. Everybody else is in a suit and a tie, and he just looks terrible. He's wearing the black MAGA hat, or I don't even know what it says on it, and that overcoat and the T-shirt, and that is his look, right? All in black with a gold chain, and he could shake his look up a little bit, but that's his uniform. He probably wears it every day. Oh no. Yep, that's Oklahoma. Our people will hold the line. We got this. The people power always wins. Yes, I agree. I feel it. I feel that everything that they're trying to do is just falling apart, and every win is and gain they make seems very temporary. Oh, he's trying to look like John Wick in the Matrix. Is he kind of fixated or stuck on that? He probably is. Leon probably does have some a lot of obsessive traits. The thing I was thinking, and entertainment purposes only, this is just flashes I get from my guide, my own intuition. But and not that people don't know this or have not said it, but I realized that the possibility of Leon having bipolar disorder, and so he gets really manic, and to this is just my guess here. I'm not saying it for fact or anything. Again, entertainment purposes only. I'm just a psychic. What do I know? But I think he takes ketamine. Maybe it was first um, prescribed to him for his depression, or to help his manic depression, his bipolar disorder. But instead, it's just kind of like uh, exacerbated it. It's like the worst thing you'd probably take for him because he's just become so addicted to it, allegedly. Do you think he just I think that's the like to me this like behind everything else, the bipolar disorder, because people get very delusional and um, grandiose, and they get detached from reality at times, and they just get hyper uh, energetic, but their energy is really often scattered, and they do this thing and that thing. There's attention deficit overlay, but I think bipolar disorders are really, and that, well, the narcissism, but I think the bipolar disorder is like the secret underlying issue, like a disorder for him anyway. That's, just what I think. Um, what is Seascape saying here? Everybody's having a conversation with you. Um, Oh, that's interesting, Joe. And we were probably around during the first revolution. Very possibly. I've done past life readings on, like Biden. My guide showed me that he was George Washington, allegedly. Nothing I say is written in stone, but that's what they gave me. I did a video on him being George Washington, and there are quite a few others that seem to be. I think Tim Waltz, um, not Abraham Lincoln, but was it Benjamin Lincoln? Yeah, either uh, World War II, Civil War, or the Holocaust. Not the Holocaust, the Civil War, World War II, or our first revolution. Yeah, founding. A lot of founding fathers came back. Ooh, really? 60 degrees in Michigan. Yay. Yes, I agree. It feels like we are in a second revolution. And that it occurred to me that I Steve Bannon, he always talks about like a civil war. That's what he sees. Like it's similar to what Manson and the Manson family were trying to get to happen, which was a civil war between races and classes, and that would um, weaken society. And eventually, the white supremacists who were superior and could rule the earth would come in. But what's going on right now, it's not creating a civil war. It's actually bringing people together because MAGA are on the short end of the stick even more than anybody else, right? With all these cuts and stuff coming. And so it's created a revolution. A revolution is very different than a civil war. And I believe we are in a second revolution, Maria. I really do. See your comments here. Yes, Seascape. Am I saying your email handle correctly? Um, I agree too. I think. Oh, where did your comment go? I thought I put it up. Oh, here it is. Yeah, I think so too. Like, it seemed to me a little ironic that you have. Of course, yeah, paranoia is another bipolar, untreated bipolar. Paranoia is another symptom, what, especially when somebody's in the manic phase. Yeah, you have Leon, sorry, running around with like 20 bodyguards. He can't even go to the bathroom by himself. But at the same time, he allows his drug dealer or dealers to give him, very dangerous drugs. So, like, how is that? He misses. He's missing something. That's what I'm trying to say. Well, like if you were really paranoid, you wouldn't let anybody give you anything. You'd have like tasters first, because the potential of a drug overdose, whether it's on ketamine or a combination of ketamine and something else, or even something that seems like it looks like ketamine, but it's not ketamine. Maybe it's fentanyl. Uh, that's You're very vulnerable when you depend on drugs and a drug dealer. Just are. Um, oh, that the bruise. I was listening to some podcast. Let's see. I'll ask the guys again. Entertainment purposes only. Just telling you what I hear. I'm just psychic. What do I know? Let's see. It's from injections. Um, not blood infusions, although I've heard it's speculated that, like Putin, has allegedly has blood infusions to stay young, that Trump does too. But Trump, the guys say that Trump, because of his germophobia, doesn't want anybody else's blood. He has some interesting medical ideas about life. That's one of them. So, but this is for, oh, I think he's had to undergo blood tests, had to have blood drawn. And for some reason, that's where the blood's been drawn. Um, and he's not in the greatest shape, so he's pretty fragile. He doesn't heal quickly. And I don't want to be ageist, because I think some people his age can heal really quickly, but um, it's not uncommon for somebody like him with his habits, his health issues, or the way that his lifestyle. That's what I should say. To to have that issue, and you would see it at nursing homes. You know, um, so it was a visit to the doctor. It was blood being drawn. I've seen a lot of psychics speculate about his health, and of course I've seen for a very long time. And I don't think I mean, I don't think I have to say I'm a psychic to kind of have the sense that he has cardiological issues, heart issues, because look at it. Look at his diet, fish delights. And I don't care how much Ozempic you take. I don't know how that's going to save you from hardening the arteries. So let's see what else, because there's a lot of speculation about that, right? Let's see. The guys say yes, his issues are mainly cardiological issues, and there's a lot of worry. I do get a sense, and I've gotten the sense before, that he needs some stents put in, but he's really paranoid about undergoing surgery. It's something he doesn't want to do, but it's very dangerous, when you have hardening of the arteries, and um, especially, to your heart. And his doctor's trying to convince him, but because he's had episodes of like, oh, do you remember when like the ambulances showed up at Mar-a-Lago? Was it right after the election, or and everybody thought that he might have had a heart attack then. There was concerns that that's who it was for. It was for him, and that he had a heart attack. So he's kind of very his health is very precarious. But that's what the bruise was about, allegedly. Um, La Luna, is there a doctor out there, a psychiatrist? What does ketamine do to people in high doses? Um, I've heard some people talk about how it allows it kind of disengages parts of the brain from each other, so that there can be a full, like, it disinhibits the person. But I know there are other effects. I don't know whether people hallucinate on ketamine, or I'm not sure. If anybody knows, please comment. Let's see. Astrologers are saying the planetary alignments are the same. The same as what? Oh, by the way, thank you for bringing that up, because we have all the planets in our solar system aligning tomorrow. It's a huge deal. and aligning means being in the same um, like all being in the same aspect, degree, sorry, not aspect, the same degree of the same sign all at once, like they're on top of each other. And it's pretty cool. And I think this is a harbinger, a true harbinger of Aquarius. And I was thinking back that the song, I don't know if anybody's ever seen Hair, the play, the movie, and there's a famous song, and I'm an Aquarian, so it's the age of Aquarius. That song always like stuck in my head because I'm being an Aquarian. So when the moon is in the seventh house and Jupiter aligns with Mars and um, what's the rest of it? Something like and peace will rule the planet, and love will fill the stars. I don't know. I don't think those are something similar to that. But this is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. So that song's all about right now, this time. That's what I think. But look up. You guys can. I guess I could look up on my phone too the lyrics to that song. But yeah, this is all about the dawning of the age of Aquarius, and who knows what's going to happen tomorrow. But be aware of it, because oftentimes we, myself included, maybe don't know or just forget, or something's distracting us and we don't take note of just the energies when really important aspects are happening or really important planetary alignments are happening. But when you do, it's really powerful, I think, like full moons, like, or eclipses, or so on. These times are important, and it's really nice to link your energy up to whatever it is. It doesn't have to be anything. Just be aware that there's that energy. Um, who's a, I'm missing these comments, so I don't know who's a robber baron. That would be. I mean, all of them to me are robber barons. Would that be Trump or Leon or Putin is one too, right? They all are. Um, thank you, Finbar. Oh, Diana saying I was in the French Revolution for sure, and um, this the planets were, I think, exactly aligned, or aligned the major aspects anyway. At the last time, I guess Pluto was in Aquarius. That's right. Was during the French Revolution and the American Revolution. So here we are again. Um, thank you very much, Steve. Um, yeah, please click the like button and subscribe and share and all good things for me if you do that. I really appreciate it. I really, really do. So I can keep in the algorithm. I often forget to ask. Thank you, Steve. Um, oh yeah, I was going to mention that too. Thank you for reminding me. Tomorrow, here, I meant to put that up. February 28th is the economic blackout day. No buying at corporate retails, okay? To buy at local mom and pop stores, and some people recommending use cash. So it's the first of many, and that's the way that people can, strike back, hit them where it hurts in their pocketbooks. Thank you, Maria. Linda's saying it feels like we're living in an ultra bad DC. I agree. Ultra bad DC comics, with the worst low life, cruel, and both are mentally ill. To think of all the lame brain fools who fall for all the poop they throw. I have thought of like Marvel also, not like they just the like Thanos, like trumping Thanos, and they seem to be like Marvel characters. And then conversely, like I have imagined Biden and thank you, Sonia. Um, and Kamala being like, the heroes, right? I can see them, in their costumes, like Wonder Woman or something. Musk has been very open of his use of cocaine, LSD, and ketamine usage. Google tons of interviews, and probably a lot of pot. Yeah. So it's amazing that like he can be where he is and just so out of touch with reality. And he's not that bright. He's like the worst micromanager you ever had in a job where you just left the job because you couldn't handle the stupid idiot running it. It's like, what the? Um, I hate micromanage managers who are bosses. They just destroy everything. So writing a letter with 5 things you did, who's going to read all of those? I mean, not letter, email. Who's going to read all those emails? Like 5 million emails. You're going to go check that, really? Um, or maybe AI, but it's just the stupidest thing. It just makes him even more hated. Like how can he make himself? He has to think of ways to be more hateful, but he always seems to think of them. Um, so yeah, so tomorrow's going to be a good day to you know, like just go on a shopping diet or just shop at your local food co-op or wherever, or Costco's, because Costco's is one of the big companies still incorporating DEI, and they have not abandoned their liberalism. So companies like that who really deserve our money. Um, what was this conversation that I missed? I'm with you. I imagine him dissolving into nothingness. Is that Rump or is that Leon? Or let's imagine all of them and take Starlink with them. I think I mentioned that in the last live. I have a vision of Starlink, all those thousands of satellites, just one by one, the lights going all out. Maybe they're just falling to earth safely. But I would love to see Starlink just gone, just dissolving into nothingness. Um, yes, exactly, Joanne. Same astrology as the French Revolution. 100% that's happening now. So, question, Acadian Proud. Are the GOP members more afraid of Trump, MAGA, Musk, or the people who help enforcing certain points of view? Well, yeah, there is that talk now of the mafia, though. I swear to God, I promise you. Here, let me do that. That's better. Uh, when Biden first won, I was getting this from my guides, but I remember like thinking, oh, and not that they would ever read it, but I did like make suggestions to the FBI, and one of them was one of the things you should really work on is the Trump mafia because they're so destructive and they're a huge problem, and I wish somebody had seen that and ran with it because that was really really important. So let me answer your questions. I forget there was one other one that I made, but like no, of course they're not going to listen, and why would they even read it? So, who are the GOP members more frightened of? Well, the major thing they're frightened of is being primary, and which is stupid. If you have any integrity, like the people who resign, they've got integrity. Be primaried. What does it matter at this point? The second one is the death threats that they get. And the death threats are terrible. It is mafia. It's a well-established mafia. And of course, it's just up Trump's alley to do that. He's always been doing that to, get his way. Look what happened to Paul Pelosi. That was like a really outward manifestation of that. And then, but this is more organized. It's just not like one-off random people. It truly is. It's as soon as a GOP member is seen to not go with the program, then Trump gets on the phone with so and so, and they get a call, or whomever looks after that for Trump. The third would be they're not frightened of MAGA yet, because they might well be frightened of MAGA soon as they're destroying MAGA's um, ability to survive in this world. Their healthcare, their jobs, all of that. MAGA is getting furious. MAGA is going to make a big noise. I think they're going to be more frightened of MAGA than anybody, but that's to be seen. That hasn't quite happened yet. Um, yeah, MAGA knows how to riot. They really do know how to loot and burn down buildings, allegedly, because when those marches happened with Black Lives Matters, it wasn't those guys. It was MAGA, right? Uh, a few good old Proud Boys and 10%ers allegedly, kind of doing that work, burning down buildings, smashing windows. Um, good to see Scape. I really like your email handle. Um, no, because he's untethered is Arleon, and everything he does, it's just for the next high, and he can afford any drug, right, or any combination. He flaunts it in our faces because he allegedly, again, is high every time we see him on television. Um, he loves that. He thinks it's so cool that he's like a child, he reminds me of a child that likes to show off and doesn't, and is anti-authority, like doesn't want to follow the rules, and he flaunts it in our faces. But he's got what are the guys saying? I don't want to say it until they tell me. Let's see. He's pretty good at survival so far. But he also feels like he's like in a DC movie or a Marvel movie. He really feels that he is invincible and like Iron Man or something. I don't know. But to the point where he would jump off a building if he was high, and he smashed to the ground, never really realizing that he could die. That's his mania. Um, yeah. I agree. I mean, I'm sure the Congress is scared because they use the mafia tactics. Um, but the guides say that can really backlash on them because it might get to the point where there's enough of the Congress that just get so pissed off with being threatened all the time and treated like they're treated, and they have to go to their hometowns and deal with their constituents who are pissed off with them. And it's not necessarily that all the GOP, are like Trump. That there may be more who grow a spine. Trump doesn't think so. He thinks that everybody in Congress, they have managed to kind of like rail them in and coerce them, bully them to do their bidding. But I don't know if that's necessarily true. I think we may see some GOP step away because a lot of those threats are, the guys are saying, toothless. Like they might threaten you, but they wouldn't do anything. Like they say they're going to do something, and that seems to be enough. So they're empty threats, and I think maybe some people are going to realize that. Um, let's see. Oh, another question like that. Acadian. Are the GOP members more afraid of Grump, his followers, Leon, or the enforcers? Um, the Grump, because they don't want to be primary. The way they primaried Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger. Oh, I love that question. Just heard. I was watching. Is it the Cool Crone or the? No, not her, but she was on that show of polar astrology. Three women, and they were talking about that just now. Um, I I'm hearing yes to your question, Steve. Yes. Oh, did you see the far right Romanian candidate who tried to steal the election was arrested by the government? Yep. Just now or yesterday, the day before, for for being a Russian shill and a bad actor. Um, Les Miserables. Oh, Maria, that was the. I just heard about that. It was the Kennedy Center's one of their choirs because they're so pissed off about Trump taking over. temerity of it all. The director role for the Kennedy Center, and that was intentional. Singing Les Miserables is an intentional jab. Oh, that's a good observation. Pre-diabetic. I think his diabetes are actually controlled by medication, like he would be diabetic if he wasn't on a lot of medication. But he hasn't gotten to that point, like the tipping point, where he needs to have the insulin. Um, his sugar, that point where the sugar drops precipitously. I don't think he's there yet, but they do kind of control him proactively for it. Yep, they really are. So Ozempic can cause stomach paralysis. Do not use Ozempic. Yeah, it does help people lose weight apparently, but it's terrible for the system. And I'm sure that Trump suffers or has symptoms because of it. But he has to take it, right? That weight loss, that was all Ozempic. Here, okay, thank you. The Army Choir performed for the governors and put the woman in front and sang a song from Les Miserables. Yep, that's awesome. I love when people strike back. I love when people take their opportunity. People can be so creative. Um, so there's all kinds of really crazy things happening right now. Some psychics mentioned that after the election, uh, the pumpkin disappeared for 2 weeks for medical reasons, possibly stunts in implementation. He did disappear. It hasn't been that long a time, but there's so much packed into it. Um, I don't think he had that. I think he needed it, but I think he's terrified. That's what the guys are showing me. I could be wrong, but that he's terrified of having that operation. He really thinks he's going to die. Um, Glad to see you too, Peg. Do you remember when Putin's plane touched down alongside was it North Korea, and there was Trump's plane, and that was before the election, but they just before and then Trump disappeared, or the pumpkin disappeared, and then there was that assassination attempt. Do you remember that? So crazy. Oh, here we go. Thank you, Finbar. Long-term use of ketamine can cause a person to break from reality and also have heart issues. Yeah. Uh, if he really wanted to, if Leon wanted to protect himself, he should stop taking drugs and go to rehab. He'd have a better grip on reality. So let me think. What else shifted through my mind to talk about today? So it's still a spiritual war, I believe, and we're still challenged, like I said at the beginning of the video, to either disconnect from our higher selves and be in a fear state, or connect with our higher selves and find that beautiful energy that's coming in no matter what's going on, and to know that the angels are with us, that the divine is with us, that we're very much on the path of ascension. I mean, that's happening, and it's all so much perceptual. Oh, here we go. Thank you, Katie. And when the moon is in the seventh house, Jupiter aligns with Mars, then peace will guide the planets and love will steer the stars. Oh, I was right. I got that right. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius, the age of Aquarius. Yep, here we are. Didn't know it would come like this, but here we are. Um, let's see. Thank you, Diane. High doses of ketamine can result in respiratory, cardiovascular, and neurological toxicity. So Leon must have some kind of a death wish, but at the same time, because narcissists do believe that they can live forever. They're terrified of dying, but at the same time, their narcissism, their egos make them think that they are invulnerable and death won't touch them. And they take huge risks And, people like Leon and the pumpkin have, really thwarted death quite a few times, but that makes them foolish because of the risks that they take. Like the orange one, he's terrified of dying, but at the same time, Ozempic is not safe for the body. So, and his dietary choices are terrible, and it's so paradoxical. Um, oh, I see. So I've been on, Susie says, I've been on Ozempic for over a year. It's actually for blood sugar. Weight loss was a perk. People without blood sugar problems have more trouble because it messes with their system. Okay. Hey, Catherine. Hey, Joni. If I'm missing your comments, I'm just trying to concentrate on what I'm trying to say, but I want to say hello to everybody who's joined, and thank you for coming. You are awesome. Thank you. Um, 2 eclipses are coming in March, so buckle up. So, Nicole, can you expand on that? And I'll read your comment on what to expect from that. I know the energies will be intense. Is it like dramatic endings and beginnings or something like that? Um, Jackie's saying, what will the 21 Doge staffers who are signed to now? Oh my God, what will all of them do? Uh, in my Pollyanna hopeful thinking, I think everything is just going to be temporary and everybody's going to get their jobs back who wants them. I just see this period of time being so short. But and the guides are agreeing. Oh, that's nice. Everybody will be, taken care of even if they don't work for the government, they will find other work. There's the guides are saying help is at hand, and there's a lot of help. A lot of they're showing me hands out to help, hands reaching out to help. Um, Everything is as it should be, and the negativity, like the job firings and the executive orders that are destructive, etc. That's all just it's going to be reversed. This is just temporary. Let's see. Oh yeah, that was pretty intense. I actually copied that picture, put it in I saved that. I saw that. Fired Yosemite workers are not are displayed, sorry, an upside down U.S. flag and protest to demonstrate our country in distress. And when the parks are having to protest, oh my God. But there's more of us than there are of them. I'm going to say it in this live video, just like I said in the others. I do not believe that Trump won this election. I think Kamala won about 60 to 70% of the vote, and this was just major election interference. And the problem for this one, not that it's not the first time, or it isn't the first time that an election has been stolen, right? The way that it's been done and the messy way that it's been done, and the fact that he has relatively such a small amount of people supporting him, and it's getting less and less because he's harming the people, the MAGA, who voted him in, and uh, the people who are blind to Trump, the forever Republicans who just are kind of maybe oblivious. They're getting hurt. They're going to turn against him. So it's like his popularity is diminishing. So when you try to, I guess this is what the guides showed me, when you try to take over a country, especially like America, that is so diverse and uh, different states, different governors. We don't really have any like homogenous identity. And we're all, except for the Native Americans, we're all immigrants or immigrant. Uh, we have a lineage of being immigrants. There's no support. You can't have this kind of fascism, the kind of like Hitlerian fascism that he wants without some complicity of the public, and we really don't have that. And even though the media makes it seem like it, the media is owned, and you can Google this follow the money. They're owned by uh, the oligarchs and the technocrats and foreign enemies. We no longer have a media that really reflects America. It is owning the narrative, and the narrative is always going to reflect positively on our coup mongers. And that was the intent. It's a powerful tool. That's why so many people are turning away, and again turning away from MSNBC, because that's another big thing that happened this week. Joy Reid and anybody of any ethnicity or outspokenness got fired or demoted to the weekend. And how MSNBC, who just got uh, their viewers back, thinks that this isn't going to smash them. It's insanity. What are you saying? Yeah, the media is complicit. I'll put that up, and then I'll put Jasmine's comment up. Thank you, Jane. Oh, JC, that's okay. And you can always watch the replay. Did you know that Elon Musk's child was conceived via IVF and surrogacy? Interesting. I always thought he protests too much. Gay, maybe he hates gay rights. I have heard talk about that. This is entertainment purposes only, allegedly, that I heard some people speculating these erectile dysfunction, maybe due to ketamine or whatever. And he's such an incel, right? He is the poster child of incels, involuntary celibates. So I always wondered about myself about the 13 alleged children. So he has this fascist idea that we need to populate the earth with white children, and especially white males, which is probably why X he parades X around with him. One of the reasons. Here's my white male child, my Aryan child. Look at this. But there, the speculation anyway has been that might be the issue. So maybe that's the only way he really can conceive children. I don't know. Who knows? But it's so bizarre. And the women who are complicit with that, and now the the T right is that he's not communicating with his baby mamas, and I think it's X's mama that allegedly on Twitter tried to get hold of him saying your child's sick or one of your children's sick, and I really need your help, and he was saying, do you realize I'm focused on say our government or whatever he said. I can't remember, but I have no time for you. And then he ghosted her apparently. And then there was somebody else too, that I think the mama of his newborn child, he ghosted her. But why did they get with him anyway? Especially it's like they can't, if this is true what Jasmine's saying, they can't really use the excuse that it was a mistake. Oh yeah, like I forgot to have birth control. Oh right, yeah, African Americans aren't immigrants brought here by slave ships. Yes, so there's that too. Thank you for that comment. Yeah, but yeah, but at the same time, this country, many of us were immigrants. I'm second generation American. My ancestors came to escape the Nazis, and many of my uh, ancestors were killed in the camps. So, but it's a diverse country. And I was just trying to remark on this whole policy to get rid of immigrants when all of the, well, let me reverse what I said and not focus on who they're trying to get rid of right now, but the fact that they're all immigrants, and not all of them are even natural citizens of this country, right? Or born in this country. Elon or Leon, case in point. Is that a better way to put that? And look at it's all based on hypocrisy. You have the orange one, who's apparently his grandfather came here illegally. You have Melania that uh, apparently also worked illegally. I think Leon himself worked on it illegally. He came here on a student visa, and then he wasn't in school for a while. So you've got that just a hypocrisy that narcissists love to flaunt. I can do it. I can rob, steal, cheat, whatever. But I'm going to project all that onto you, and then I'm going to make you into the enemy. I'm going to make you into uh, people who I'm going to say you don't have a right to be here, and then I'm going to deport you. This is uh, um, so. Oh, thank you, Mimi. So it's part of Project 2025 that they take over the media. We will see it all the time, and print media taken over by the right. And I think Hitler in Mein Kampf wrote about it. Goering wrote about it. I mean, they take their strategy from the Nazis on how to successfully have this kind of in their minds, it's a revolution to take the Constitution out. Um, Mimi, yeah, he does use his son as a shield. You're talking about Leon. That poor kid. That poor kid. I don't know uh, about him, but I love the fact that he speaks the truth. And apparently, Trump had that desk taken out in the Oval Office to get cleaned. That was the rumor anyway. After X wiped a booger on it. Um, so, oh, carry on. I love all your questions. I'm just missing a lot of them. I'm so sorry. Um, okay, so I do have an oracle card for us from my usual right now, which is the Sacred Forest Oracle deck. And the ones that the guides chose for us is energy. One jagged chart of lightning after another strikes the earth, loud rumbling, crashing thunder reverberates. Oh, let me show you. Fire spirit. The trees seem to vibrate together as one being in response to the lightning as the fire spirit activates the core of existence. Take action. This is not the time to hold back in life. Do not repress what you feel or allow yourself to be drained by others. If you strive to meet everyone's expectations and fulfill the needs of others, but forget to honor your own needs, your energy field becomes depleted and dull. Break free of your constraints, whether self-inflicted or imposed by you or others. Activate your verve and your passion. Give your emotions free rein. Waves of energy will surge through you as you spontaneously express yourself. Running on your own resources, however, can be depleting. Allow the Creator to flow through you. Be open to receive, knowing that you don't have to do it all yourself. This replenishes your soul and supports you in accessing enormous amounts of energy. The power of the fire spirit is renowned. One of the four prime elements is traditionally represents transformation, passion, zeal, enthusiasm, creativity, and activation. In many traditions, fire is synonymous with the creation itself. Let the energy of the fire inspire action and movement for you now. The spirit of the fire says incredible vitality, life force, energy, and passion are expanding in your life. If you start to feel drained by the expectations of others, don't hold back. Ignite your inner fire. Speak your truth. Let the light of the Creator surge through you. Energy, fire spirit. Okay, what am I missing here? Will the desk return to the White House? I wonder if it will go to Magalaro. Oh, that's an interesting question. Yeah, it's already back. But it just shows you, and the guys are saying Trump despises Leon and despises that child. It causes him narcissistic rage, but he has to sit back and smile because he knows that he needs Leon to stay in power and to get people elected. And Leon, that's why Leon probably feels the way he does, like he's a god, because he has that power. But that power will be taken away from him. That's what the guides say. It's going away. Like it's going to be taken out of his hands and he's going to be left empty-handed and powerless. That's what the guides say. Oh, good. Will they remove, let's see, hold on. Will they remove the mad orange from the office? Mimi likes her. Um, I see it. I've seen it. But let me refresh, at any given time, especially after the having seen so clearly that Kamala and Tim were going to be president, which I still believe uh, will be president and vice president. It just makes me a little shy of answering this. But then, on the other hand, what the heck? I'm a psychic. What do I know? I'm going to just tap into the energy, see what I hear today. Um, yes, I think they will. Kicking and screaming, they say. And demanding, like his lawyers, kind of like deal with it. But the problem is that the proof is just there's so much proof that this election was stolen. And let's not forget that how many times did Trump and Giuliani and those guys, do you remember all that scenario? Oh God, everything we've seen. It's crazy. Uh, 60 times they went to court, right? 60 times, and each time they were shut down. So why can't we go to court? What's wrong with us going to court? This whole suppression of, we can't talk about, the election being stolen because we don't want to be like MAGA. That's just like it's a gaslighting. It's just stopping us from actually just revealing the truth. Other psychics see Kamala as POTUS. Yeah, I just see her. I see her, and I see her and Tim very soon. Not waiting, not like I also see her with a second term, but that's where she should be. And this ridiculous, crazy, dangerous time that we're in, I just think it's going to burn itself out very quickly. Mimi, correct. It's on the U.S. Department of Treasury website, the official charge against the two countries that have done this. Oh, wow. Wow. Um, so, I wanted to say something else. I want to give a shout out to another tarot reader that um, she's come back, and she was she had many followers, and then she took a year off, and then she's come back, and I'm really enjoying her. She does tarot astrology. Her name it's Regina. Do you remember is it Queen Tarot? And now she's or Queen's Tarot, and now she's quiet like the forest, and she's really good. So check her out. But you probably were subscribed to her when she was Queen's Tarot, and then that year off. I think she took her channel down, but she's got a new channel. It's just fascinating, combining tarot and astrology. She's not the only one that does it, but I really love the way she does it. Um, oh yeah, this whole Fort Knox thing. How obnoxious is that? Get your grubby hands off our money. Don't leave fingerprints on our gold, please. Get the hell out. Yeah, yeah, Queen. So yeah, quiet like the forest. She's back, and I don't think she's been back all that long, but it's a really good channel. Um, hey Marby. Um, so Jasmine says the Dems were told from the higher ups not to challenge the 2024 election results. Yeah, I know. I get that too. I'm just like just the kind of general meme was to not talk about it. But can you tell me why that might have been the case, Jasmine? Because I thought that too. I just see all this investigation going around in the background, and it's all about timing as to when they're going to actually you know oust our coup mongers, so to speak. JC, I am loud like Brooklyn. Marie, what are you saying? I feel that the folks are working behind the scenes, yeah, to restore and put caged in her rightful positions. POTUS. I see that too. That's what I see. That's what my guide showed me. Um, okay, let me put this up here. This is important. Tomorrow, the John Roberts Supreme Court will decide if Trump should release the U.S. aid funds. Please pray that they rule against him. Yeah, I'm not going to make a prediction on that because it's just going to happen tomorrow. But I feel like with the Supreme Court, very potentially, they have to put boundaries down because on Leon and the Orange one, because otherwise they're not going to have any power at all. It's just going to be taken from them because they're just going to be overridden, and so they have to like assert themselves. So we'll see what happens. Um, Thank you for bringing that up, Jasmine. But it makes zero sense why they know the election was stolen just to certify it anyways. Well, I think that everything was in motion at that time, and it was a lot of confusion. And I think the major thing I kept on asking my guides this too, Mimi, was like, why didn't they act when we thought they were going to act? But it all came down to having to do it in a certain way, so it didn't go through the like normal kind of court uh, procedures, because in the end they were worried that the Supreme Court was just going to give it to Trump, and that was just going to legitimize even more or entrench him in office. They were trying to think of another way, more connected with NATO and the rest of the world, and the uh, I can't think of that. Oh, yeah, Article 5. They want to bring it in a way that because it's such a big conspiracy. They're doing it all over the world. The Putin and Leon and these guys, these um, fascists. So that's what I got. Was it they just wanted to do it in a way that where it actually would be effective, and I think they'll involve the military too to make the arrest. And they didn't they make a point. Do you remember when Kamala? Uh, I think she was the one who presided over the oath that the National Guard took. Remember when Kamala, or maybe it was Joe Biden, or both of them. But do you remember when they invited the National Guard to uh, strengthen the protection for the inauguration? You know, they made a point of having or us watching them swear an oath to the Constitution. And I thought that was interesting. I thought that was important because obviously uh, these coup mongers are trying to destroy our Constitution. J.C. Roberts overruled the federal judge order to unfreeze funds. Then Robert just put it on pause. So maybe we'll go the other way. Uh, it's a showdown at high noon. So we can pray that it goes in the way it should go. I don't know. I'm not sure how that's going to go. It's complicated either way. Um, so yeah, when was that done? Oh wow! Thank you for letting us know. So he put it. What was on pause? So what does that mean, JC? What was put on pause? Are they kicking it up um, to another time to make that ruling? Oh right. Well, hopefully, if our predictions come true here, those of us who see Kamala and Tim, being president and vice president, all that's going to be undone anyway. Oh, okay. So the case is going to be heard on Friday when all the planets are aligning, and it's the dawning of the age of Aquarius. The heck is going to happen tomorrow? So I'm going to go soon because it's been an hour, but um, we'll see what happens. I mean, there's going to be some bad stuff that's going to happen, of course, but the people are going to fight back, and I just don't see this lasting all that long. I hope I'm right. All the super Pisces energy, right? Um, I just see them. Let me give you one more vision. Yes, the guys. What do you want to show us? The very first thing I hear is this will not stand. The Constitution will not be violated in such a way. Well, who am I speaking with? Who is this? This is Archangel Michael. Speaking for all the founding fathers, he says, and all those who love and support democracy and justice through the land, in the world. Um, Democracy will be saved and stronger for it, for all the travail, or and I think hardship, travail, right? The hardship that it has suffered. Um, woe, what did he say here? Woe be the enemies of woe will come to the enemies of justice, and and the Constitution. It is a very bad ending for them. Justice will not be um, obstructed. It will not be. Is there anything else? Oh wow, that was powerful. Yeah. So I think we're gonna see that. Oh yeah, I love Archangel Michael too, JC. Well, you're very welcome, you guys. Yeah, yeah. The PM is meeting with the. It must be fun. Just a stench. um, so you guys, I'll see you sometime next week. I'll let you know closer to next week whether it's going to be a Tuesday or Thursday. Those are usually the days that I'm able to do this. I love you. You take care and be well. Okay. Bye-bye. Bye. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming. You're welcome, Finbar. Bye-bye.